Push up my Murphy bed, sat down to scratch my head. What could this day bring? It could be anything. I get the phone call, I gotta help them all. Go girl will save the day, Chow will not get away. It didn't take me long to find the ticking bomb. He took off in my Jeep, that Chow is such a creep. I gotta find a way to take down Chow one day. He pulled a ninja move, it got me to be cool. You know what? Maybe I too could be ninja. I want to be ninja. I want to be ninja. I want to chop Chow down, take Chow down to Chinatown. I want to be ninja. I started training hard, I think I could go far. I am a natural, that's matter factual. I learned to chop real hard, I fight with credit card. I use my nunchucks, even while feeding ducks. I throw my ninja star, oh so very far. I do karate moves, with a go-go woo. I learn my ninja kicks, while watching Netflix. I try to everything, like on the big screen. And you guys, you know what? I might do it, I might be a ninja soon. I gonna be ninja. I gonna be ninja. I gonna chop Chow down, take Chow down to Chinatown. I gonna be ninja. I practice every day, I practice every way. I don't always do good, I really wish I could. I drink from sippy cup, you know I won't give up. I gotta try my best, you can't expect no less. That Chow has not a clue, it's too good to be true. I'm making progress, feels good I must confess. I catch a flying tick, with my chopstick. I take down anyone, ha, this is getting fun. You guys, I think I almost a ninja. I almost a ninja. I almost a ninja. I try to chop Chow down, take Chow down to Chinatown. I almost a ninja. I snuck up to his place, opened my ninja case, pulled out my ninja gear. I hope he didn't hear. I sneak up to his room, he's sleeping I assume. I didn't think that he would be expecting me. Pulled out my ninja sword, he hit me with a board. I came to really fast, gotta get Chow at last. I tried with all my might to put up a good fight. Did ninja move real fast, I took down Chow at last. Oh, yes I did, I took down Chow. I finally ninja. I finally ninja. I got to chop Chow down, take Chow down to Chinatown. I finally ninja.
Good job, Dabblers. So that wasn't the official music video, but that was real. People were asking if that was real. And as far as I know, that was real. Greetings, everybody. Greetings, Dabblers, and welcome to BeDabblin Live. I am your host, El Horrible. And with me, as always, is the great OJ Sampson. OJ, how are you?
Hey, what's up, buddy? That was pretty cringe with that Asian woman there. I felt a little empathy for her standing there watching that take place.
Yeah, right? She's either a really good sport or she's just burning up on the inside, and I guess just nothing that she could do about it. From what I read, that was some kind of launch party for the woman who was singing. She's doing I guess she sells those Murphy beds, those beds that you put back into the wall. And for some reason, She wants to be a ninja. But yeah, so that was our opening song. I don't know who it was. I literally found it a couple of minutes before we went on. But, welcome everybody. And you can call into our show, 973-440-9770. And before we get into any topics,
This is a Stuttering John special report.
So Ian Hawk mentioned right at the top before the show even started. Yep, you got it. Ian Hawk says John's property is close to being sold. It's went from contingent to pending, which means it's in the final process of being bought. And my dryer just ended. That was that little tune you heard. So that's pretty cool. John is about to sell his place, it looks like. Have some extra booze money in his pockets. What do you think about that, OJ?
I think it's pretty funny.
Where do you think he's going?
Probably Florida.
Why Florida? Who's in Florida? His mom's in New York, right?
Yeah, his mom's in New York. It's a lot closer to New York as opposed to Cali.
Right.
He's got Scout Engineer, maybe his only friend from the Stern Days show anyways. But
well, he's always got Grillo. So right now, like it would make more sense to me that John would go to New York because he's got Grillo there and he's got Asa, right? His mom, Asa.
I could see that too. I could see him moving back in with his mom and doing the show from the basement.
Right. But I guess we'll have to wait and see.
But yeah, I really think it's going to be Florida. That's my guess.
Yes, I've seen people say Florida. I guess it's cheaper. It's definitely cheaper than New York.
Yeah, and John's used to the warmer weather, so I just don't see. I don't know. We'll see. I think it's either New York or Florida. They both make sense to me.
Yeah, they definitely. I could see it being either one. Sorry, I'm just trying to.
We got a super chat.
Oh, we did. Sorry, I was just sending someone an invite. Let's see. Super chat. $2. Bad with 2 Ds. Kissy face.
Which I'm hoping to see Bad with 2 Ds in Pennsylvania for the Uncle Rico show.
Oh, that's right. There is an Uncle Rico show coming up in May.
May the 13th.
May the 13th. So if you want to meet the great OJ Sampson, that would be your opportunity if you didn't get to meet him at DabbleCon, because OJ will be there, will you not?
I will be there, yes. And I'm hoping I could, maybe get some video for the channel and talk to some of the dabblers and
sure. Anything that anything you do. People love behind the scenes stuff. Trust me, OJ. If you live stream during that motherfucker, people will be there.
Well, I'm hoping that I can get you to come out there. Shuley mentioned more than once that he'd like podcasters to come out. It's only a one-day event. I know traveling sucks to begin with, and it always costs money. So, it'd be kind of hard to pull that one off. I think if it was kind of like a weekend long thing again, I could probably make it out or justify it, but I don't know. I'll see, but I'm gonna say it's most likely not going to happen. That El Horrible will be there.
Yeah.
But if I can get there, I will. But like I said, I don't think.
I think Kinky Loco, if he's going, are you going, Kinky Loco? Because I think he's wanting to maybe take a leak all over my jeans.
Pissgate Part 2. I will let everyone know. If Kinky Loco is going, everyone should go just to look at that man, because he is beautiful. I've said it once. I've said it a million times. He's probably the most handsome, devilishly handsome, if I might say, of all the dabblers.
And I'm not a big fan of tattoos, but he's got some cool tattoos.
Does he? I didn't hang out with him enough to check out his tattoos, but that's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't get to hang out with him as much as I wanted to either, but hopefully next time, wherever we're at.
All right, so let's get into things because I have a couple of things. I mentioned this a little bit last night, and I'm a little perturbed because they always tell you, and I will attest to this, never meet your heroes. And one of my heroes last night stabbed me in the back like I've never been stabbed before. My buddy, Eastside Dave. Eastside David McDonald, doggy. Spring Lake, New Jersey's own. The last son of Beanie and Patty Cakes. You did me wrong, Davey. Here's a little bit of what Dave did last night on his show.
It's a special show because we're going to do something different.
Yeah.
I was noticing on Twitter these past few months, that there are some amazing Ron and Fez clips being shown by a gentleman named Ron and Fez Archivist. And he always chooses such great clips. And I have to tell you, Roy, because I've had a lot of alcohol and marijuana and maybe some mushrooms and acid. A lot of these Ron and Fez memories, I mean, I remember everything, but I wouldn't know what to remember, if that makes any sense, unless
it makes perfect sense.
It's right in front of me. In other words, I need these things to jar the memory. Otherwise, I don't remember anything. Like I remember what Earl looks like, and that's pretty much it. It's sad. But then someone tells me a story or they show me a clip and I go, oh yeah, I remember that. Perfect. Oh my God, I remember that. And so I've really been enjoying these clips, and apparently these clips have been very, very successful, very well received. It's an odd time in society because I notice that right now in 2023, I get more messages about Ron and Fez than ever before. It's quite strange. It feels like a lot of people are watching or listening to Ron and Fez on YouTube or different places. I don't know what's happening, but if you want, in my opinion, the best place to get a lot of your classic vintage clips, you got to go to Ron and Fez Archivist on Twitter, and he is with us tonight. Put them together. Yes. For Ron and Fez Archivist.
Now, I am a huge fan of Ron and Fez Archivist or Archivist. How do you say it? I don't know. And Dave is right. There has been a surge of people listening to Ron and Fez and stuff like that. Ron and Fez, Opie and Anthony, Howard Stern. And I reached out to the Dave man in, I think, December. I did not pull up my tweet because I forgot to get it. But
I have a bunch of show ideas.
Hold on, you butt fucker. I messaged Eastside Dave and I said, Davey man, Davey Mac, Dogsy, come in my show and let's watch some old Ron and Fez together and talk about it. Never heard back from the man. Now, Eastside Dave has been doing shows of this variant since like at least 2010. Davey Mac Sports program was on Sirius. He got kicked out of Sirius. It went to just be a podcast. For those who don't know, Eastside Dave was a producer for the Ron and Fez show. After the podcast of the Eastside Dave sports program finished, he went over to Compound Media and he did the Eastside Dave show. And he would have Ron come in and he would have Pepper, Chris Stanley come in. But he never really talked about old shows or anything. And I thought it would be cool to sit on a show and talk about old Ron and Fez shows with Eastside Dave because there's a lot there. There's a ton of material. But he didn't seem to be interested because he never responded, which is fine. But then I heard this.
So, by the way, before I go any further, I want to discuss something. Patreon.com/Eastside Dave is something that we're starting. Patreon.com/Eastside Dave. And we started with just a very simple $2.50, tier. It's basically to show your support.
Who's
I'm
gonna
going
pay
to say
fucking
something. I'm gonna let you in a little
$3?
secret.
Fucking
I have a bunch
$3
of show
shares.
ideas.
That
We'll
bullshit.
discuss, maybe can I grab you 5 minutes after the show, Ron Fez Archivist?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just 5 minutes. One of the ideas I had, and I'm saying this now live,
Oh,
and to see if anyone even thinks this is a good concept worth
yeah.
continuing. I'm pretty much doing an unofficial poll right now, right here
Uh-huh.
on the Davey Mac Sports Program. One of the bonus shows that I thought would be fun, once a month show, is a Davey Mac the Satellite Years retrospective show.
What
so
is
much
that?
time has passed at this point. I started there in December of 2005. That was 18 years ago is when I started. It's crazy to think about. And so much time has passed that I feel like now some of these stories, some of the behind the scenes magic can be discussed a little bit. And I think that the best way to do that, sort of keep the magic, but reward the Patreon people, is to do a monthly Davey Mac, the Satellite Years. You're obviously first and foremost talking Ron and Fez, no doubt about it. But should we ever want to go into the Sam and Dave or the Davey Mac Sports Program on Sirius XM, you know, I did 3 different things there, or different appearances on O&A, whatever it may be. I went from 2005 to 2014, and I think that 9 years, there's a lot of shows there. So I think a monthly bonus show for an extra, you know, couple bucks or whatever, that could be a big hit. And I might need you to contribute a little bit if you're interested.
I'd be happy to, and I think your timing is perfect for this.
Oh,
Is it me, or does it feel like Ron and Fez? Everyone's listening to Ron and Fez right now, or is that just me? But I'm telling you,
me too,
every
Dave.
time I get online,
December.
Twitter, Facebook, this and that, I get messages about people saying, "Oh man, the Ron Fez, it was the best."
Yeah, that was me messaging you. How dare you? Do you not have a soul? Oops, wrong button.
What a
Damn it, OJ.
He's a scumbag.
Mother effer.
Everything. I mean, he thought of it. He keeps thinking. He keeps thinking.
Yeah.
He thought. How many times did we hear that?
His original idea. Someone go back in my Twitter line or timeline and you'll find it. I think it was in December. And I said, come in my show and let's watch some old Ron and Fez together. Now, and like I said, the only reason I bring this up is because in all the years he's done his shows, he's never had the idea to go back and watch old episodes. And I know what a lot of you are saying. Wow, this is really petty, El Horrible. Well, this is exactly what Eastside Dave would do if someone pulled the same kind of shit on him. He's done it with Mike Francesa. He did it with the guy at the Shorty Awards. He just, trust me. But yes, you are a thief, Eastside Dave, and I challenge you to step into the ring with El Horrible. I know that you're the minister or Father David. Well, Father David, it's time to come to the Church of El Horrible, mother effer. I'm so angry.
In other words, you could have shows of, you know, the first arc of, you know, what were the events leading up to the Midnight Rider or something.
Midnight Rider, what?
And then part 1, and then the Midnight Rider takes over, part 2. You know, they're like, those could be even almost 2 separate episodes. Different Earl and myself storylines, different Fez and myself storylines, different things to talk about. You can put them all into an episode, and I think it's going to be a really cool thing. That was the inspiration. Actually, it was these wrestling podcasts, because I'm into hearing people give me the inside dirt, give me a little behind the scenes of, like, you know, what the fuck was Hulk Hogan like at WrestleMania in 1993?
Oh, what was he?
See what I'm saying? So then I realized everyone's contacting me about this. Why don't I just do this with my satellite radio career?
Oh, that's what you thought. Did you, Dave?
It sounds like he thought of your idea and then thought of wrestling after he saw your mask.
Motherfucker. All signs point to El Horrible, OJ.
I'm with you on this one. I don't even know this guy. I'm not familiar with Ron and Fez. I guess I'm going to have to start deep diving that.
Yeah, well, perhaps we'll have to do a segment where we learn about Ron and Fez, because I know that the Aussie guy also wants to do a segment where I teach him about Ron and Fez.
It's cock time.
So
I mean, am I wrong? Does this Dave guy remind you of an animated Opie?
No. Well, Dave is much funnier. Dave is I'm not kidding when I say Dave is a personal broadcasting hero of mine. I think he's incredibly original. He really has put himself into the gimmick. Like he's just a crazy guy. He was a radio stunt guy, but he's not just a radio stunt guy. He was awesome on air with Ron and Earl and Fez and everyone on that show. And it really does suck what happened to him. I really do feel for Eastside Dave. However, Eastside Dave, you are
Shizer! You're the one that needs my power!
you are on the Shizer list, mother effer. I never thought I'd have to do that to you, Dave. Like I said, you're a hero to mine. But I'm going to have to put you on the Shizer list.
Shizer! You're the one that needs my power!
That was the best version I could get of that song, Dave. If you could upload a better version on YouTube, I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, that's exciting. Coming soon, the Eastside Dave Patreon, and he'll be doing Ron and Fez shows. Hopefully I get an invite, since I do feel like I helped create it, but whatever. And I'm not mad at Ron and Fez archivist or archivist, however you say it. I appreciate his work, and it's actually something that El Horrible probably should have done years ago, because he was listening to all that crap anyway. All right, so now every time I touch my phone, I'm getting noises. You're hearing that, obviously, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that sucks. But yeah, you guys can call in 973-440-9770. You don't necessarily have to have anything to talk about. It does help so that we don't have that awkward back and forth of, hey, how's it going? Oh, how are you? Oh, hey, what's the weather like? What did you do today? Because we have nothing to talk about. But you want to play some voicemails? I know people have been wanting the voicemails.
Yeah, let's do the voicemails.
Okay. We did one of the voicemails yesterday, but I'll do it again. Oh, please tell me I totally fucked this up again. Oh, wait, no. No, I know what I did. All right. Here's some voicemails that some people left. Here's a voicemail for BeDabblin.
Hello, this message is for Miss BeDabblin. We have this number to reach her in case of emergency. This is Debbie Dabbler. I'm the manager for the Fist of Steel sex shop. She has rented out a couple of devices that were never returned, and I would like them cleaned up and dropped off in our drop-off box. Now, if this is not done, there will be consequences. The black model is one of our most popular, and we would like it back. Thank you. We appreciate your business and wish you a double fistful of a day. Goodbye.
What sex shop rents out dildos?
I don't know. I don't frequent sex shops.
Es horrible. Es horrible. I already told you, if you want to see my penis, you're going to have to take me out to get some ice cream. All right? But I do think you're sexy, El horrible. Plus, that mask you got is great for bukkake.
Thank you.
Arriba!
It's cock time.
All right, let's keep going with the voicemails. That guy was a creep. Here's creep number 2.
I love you.
I love you. We had a feminist caller.
Voicemail? Voicemail?
Yeah.
This is 2023. That is so misogynistic and sexist of you, you pig.
Thank you.
Bastard.
Here's someone who said Cardiff is better than us, or me, I think.
Cardiff is better than you.
I want to tongue dart your fart box.
Ooh, what happened to her voice? She was all like girly, and then she turned into a guy who said he wanted to tongue dart my fart box. Granny called in.
Look, I was just calling to see if you thought about me.
I did.
You said you weren't going to think about me, and that bothers me.
I lied.
Extremely. So, if we could, if we could just make this work
anytime,
in any way possible, I think that would be best for everybody.
I agree.
And for the kids and everybody involved. So if you get back with me, you got my number. All right. I'll miss you. Bye.
Thank you, Granny, for calling in. I accept your apology. Here's a Granny fan.
What Granny lacks in jokes, he makes up for in chromosomes.
I think that's a good thing. Here's another Granny fan.
Granny is a cunt.
And our final Granny fan.
Granny is a cunt. Ethan Ralph has a gun. I got no more lyrics.
I think that was the first guy, too. Who's Ethan Ralph, and why don't I care about him, OJ?
No idea.
Okay, I keep seeing that name, and I honestly don't have any idea who that is. If anyone wants to call in and explain who Ethan Ralph is, 973-440-9770.
Hello.
That was someone just saying hello. This is Melinda from PA.
Hello, Melinda here, calling from Pennsylvania. I wanted to ask you if you could play some clips from Howard's Channel 9 show on future streams.
Ooh.
Every episode of that show was comedic gold. Love all your content and keep it coming. Bye.
Thank you, Melinda, for using the voicemail for real things instead of being a jokester. Yeah, I would love to go over some Channel 9 stuff. I have the whole archive. Yeah, we could totally do that. And it doesn't have to be John centric. We could do anything.
Anything Stern Show related is cool for me. I love anything to do with that.
Agreed.
It's been so many years since I saw the Channel 9 stuff. I really don't even remember too much.
Some of it holds up. Some of it's a little rough. But most of it does hold up, I would say. I mean, if you're a Stern fan, if you were just like, if you had no idea about the Howard Stern universe and you just popped it in today, you'd probably have no fucking clue.
Didn't he do blackface on that show at one point?
I don't know if he did it on the Channel 9 show, but he definitely did it on the, I think it was the New Year's Eve, the New Year's Rotten Eve special where he was Ted Danson and George Jefferson was Whoopi Goldberg, right?
Yeah, yep. I remember that.
Was that the New Year's Eve show or was that the
Ooh, yeah, I don't remember what show it
what
was.
Not I know it wasn't but Bongo. I don't know.
I brought that up just because I actually rented that on pay-per-view.
What the
But
New Year's
Bongo
Eve one?
Fiesta.
Oh, but Bongo, you rented that on pay-per-view?
I did.
Did they but you couldn't do see I only saw my dad had Butt Bongo and you had the 3D glasses and everything. So I'm curious, like, what did it look like on pay-per-view? Because you obviously didn't have 3D glasses, right?
No, I didn't have the 3D glasses.
Okay.
And you know what? I wonder if my memory, because it's been so many years, I could be misremembering.
I don't think
very
Butt
well
Bongo was on
rented it.
pay-per-view.
Yeah, I could have rented it maybe from a video store.
Yeah, that is probably because I think the Miss Howard Stern beauty pageant, I think, was the other pay-per-view. There was a Miss Howard Stern beauty pageant and New Year's Rotten Eve. Those were the two pay-per-views that I remember. And Butt Bongo, as far as I remember, was just a video, like Crucified by the FCC.
Okay.
I believe. Now I don't know. So you're older than me. So incredibly older than me, by the way. I have a couple of more voicemails, but I didn't label them, so I'm just going to go to this other one as the last one.
Carl's a cunt.
Oh, I think that one was a wrong number. They just said Carl is a cunt. No one by the name of Carl works here, but thank you everybody for the voicemails and keep them coming. and we will play them here eventually, and it'll be just as exciting as it just was. So, have you ever heard of a mukbang?
You know, I have not.
Now, I only recently heard. I feel like I've heard of the term mukbang before, but I never really did any kind of deep dive into it. But recently, someone had shown me a video of something called Mukbang Mermaid.
This sounds interesting.
I'm going to share something with you first. No, I'm not.
I cannot wait to see what this is.
So a mukbang is also known as an eating show. It's an online audio-visual broadcast in which a host consumes various quantities of food while interacting with the audience. It became popular, blah, 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 blah. So it's basically people eating on the internet.
Wow.
I'll never understand this because I think listening to people eat is disgusting.
I agree.
It's almost as disgusting as hearing someone rub their hands together constantly like they're some kind of dope addict. But I swear I am not. But yeah, so someone had sent me a video of Mukbang Mermaid, and my entire existence is being questioned. Like, why do I work hard?
See, I hear mukbang.
What'd you say?
I hear mukbang mermaid, and I guess my dirty mind just goes right to porn.
Oh, sure. Yeah. It sounds like it would be. Well, there she is on the right there. Here we go.
Mukbang mermaid. Mukbang mermaid.
I am Mukbang mermaid, and I look wrong that way.
Mukbang mermaid is the name, and freaking eating is my game. I want to see you here with me every day at 7 p.m. every day. 7 p.m. every day. 7 p.m. Hit that subscribe button now and hit that bell. I love you. Now let's get back to the show.
What am I looking at here, OJ?
Oh God.
Is this an African American woman?
I think so. It sounds like that. I can't think of her name. Her name escapes me right now. But the black comedian,
Whoopi Goldberg.
No, like
Kim Fields.
No, she's got like a whiny voice, and she was popular.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about Wanda Sykes.
Wanda Sykes.
Interesting, but I mean, she's obviously white. Are mermaids? Do mermaids have race like us?
I mean, I'm not familiar with mermaids, but yeah, I would think so.
What's wrong with her back? All right, let's keep going. I think it's almost. Ugh. All right, so this is the Mukbang Mermaid, and I just kind of randomly was looking at different videos. She got a ton of videos. She got about 12,000 subscribers. Wow. And yeah, exactly, 12,000 subscribers. But she doesn't get an incredible amount of views, and she hasn't really done a video in quite some time. So I picked one where she eats a perfect personal favorite of mine, Mickey D's.
I decided to just grab the keys and sneak out. I tell you, the man sleeps like a dog. For all I know, he could be laying with fleas. Anywho, I went to McDonald's and I grabbed 2 double cheeseburgers. I'll give you a close-up. Give me a second. Tidy up my area. All right. Here are the fries. Burgers. Let me give you a close-up. Like I say, I'm not paying my money to be disrespected. If you got a problem, you better take a look at you. Okay? Now, here's the burger. Burgers. Oh, Look at that.
She kind of talks like Damon Wayans when he was the handyman. Oh no, not handyman. The homeless guy. Remember the homeless guy who would carry around the jar with a pickle in it?
Oh yeah.
That looked like a turd.
Yeah.
And that was his toilet. Because he would be like, I remember they did one where it was like this old house, but it was he was homeless, obviously, right? And he has like a refrigerator box or something, and it's like falling apart. And he's like, "Oh, we just put some spackle on there," and he just picks his nose and puts a booger right on the fucking thing. He's like, "Oh, that's a sticky booger."
This video is making me not that I'm a huge McDonald's fan anyway, but it's making me not to want to ever eat McDonald's again.
Oh, it's like the most disgusting order of McDonald's. Like you can tell the fries are hard as shit. One, I only recently started taking my little 3-year-old sister out to McDonald's because she likes to play in the play area. McDonald's is a million times better if you sit there and eat it. Now, obviously, McDonald's are shitholes, so most times you just want to go through the drive-thru. But McDonald's really is much better if you eat it like right there, right away. Like obviously you do it in your car too.
Also, from my recent experience out to Rochester, I got a little hungry right as my trip began. I was about maybe 45 minutes in, and I was just on the border of Ohio, out in the sticks in the middle of like nowhere. And I stopped out there, and I had the best cheeseburger I ever had, or I've had in years, I should say. The fries were perfect, salted just right. The burger was fresh.
Oh yeah. If McDonald's is fresh and you get like, if McDonald's is right, it's awesome. But you can just tell like this shit. Like I hate when the bun is all hard and the fries are just like fucking.
Well, yeah, this
hard.
image right here is what you get in the city.
Garbage. Yeah, most places I would say. Also, if I'm going to give you any kind of advice, go to McDonald's at lunch or dinner time because they're moving food at those times. So the likelihood of you getting a fresh meal is far better than if you go at fucking 2:00 in the morning when most people, I guess, are eating McDonald's. But yeah, there's nothing appetizing about this meal at all. And it just gets worse, honestly.
Well, especially watching this.
Ooh.
What'd you say?
I was gonna say, especially watching this creature, whatever the hell this thing is, eating it and playing with
That's a mukbang mermaid, child.
Let me spread those buns, hon.
Ugh.
Look at that. What the heck? Where's the mayo? It better be on this side.
Okay, that's the other thing. This woman either is fucking with us or she's never been to McDonald's before because I have footage and I'll play it after this because she mentioned that she ordered 2 double cheeseburgers. She didn't. She orders 2 cheeseburgers and a small fry, and that's exactly what she got. But now she's complaining that there's no mayo on her McDonald's cheeseburger.
They don't put mayo on anything, do they?
They used to put mayo on the Arch Deluxe. They also put mayo like on the chicken sandwich stuff, like a McChicken sandwich has mayo.
Okay,
but none of the burgers.
Yeah, I can't think of ever having a burger from McDonald's with mayo on it.
No. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think the Arch Deluxe, or it had some kind of mayo variant back in the day. Ugh.
Oh, look at this bread. It's stale almost. Oh, my word. What is happening with my booger?
So she's very unhappy with her booger. So let's see. Let's continue. Let's keep going because I didn't take any notes on this shit because I was disgusted by it.
All right, my friend. Let's dig in. We've said our grace. Now we can put this food in its rightful place. I don't know, like I said, why this is crumbling like this. I'm hoping McDonald's got a new recipe for the bread.
No, they don't. It's still made in Mexico.
I'm just going to separate the bread for right now.
Good
Have
idea.
a bite.
She's doing the Nathan's hot dog eating approach, where she separates the bread from the disgusting dry paper thin meat. So this is the part I guess everyone pays for, is the sound of her eating. And she also like doesn't use her hands, and a lot of times she'll eat like a duck, like that one Simpsons episode where they were like, Homer doesn't really chew, he kind of just eats like a duck. She does that a lot, but it's a lot of sounds and chewing and just disgustingness.
This is disturbing.
Okay. That's pretty good. Oh yeah, that is pretty good.
No, it's not. Ugh.
I think if there's a hell, this would be in it.
Yeah, like you have to sit down and watch this mutant eat McDonald's all day.
Yeah, this is.
You're honestly, dude. There was another one I picked, which was seafood, and it literally made me want to. Like, I was gagging while I was watching it, and I've edited a lot of shit. El Horrible once was a editor for a Russian kink site, and I don't know if you're familiar with CBT, OJ. Do you know what? You don't know what CBT is?
No, I'm not. I'm not familiar.
That was part of my job interview at the time. It was these two Russian guys in Brooklyn, and they needed an editor and a director and a shooter. They wanted me to do this all for $500. I did it for a week, and then I quit. But one of their first questions was, "Are you comfortable with CBT?" And I just said, "Sure." And then later I went, "Hey, what's CBT?" And they went, "Oh, my friend, it is cock and ball torture." And I was like, "Oh, I think I could be okay." Like, I was like, "Wait, is it my cock and balls?" And they're like, No. It is someone else's." I was like, "Oh, okay, I could probably do that." Yeah, I mean, I watched guys literally, like girls taking guys' balls, and like the scrotum would be up here, and they just like bing, 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 back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, bum, 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 bum. That did nothing to me. I could watch that all day. This, I literally almost threw up, and I don't have that, but this is disgusting to me. All right, so here's more of the Mukbang Mermaid.
Mm-hmm.
Where she eats like a duck.
You know what it reminds me of? You remember Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Sure.
The original one with the grandparents. Like,
yeah, the dinner scene.
The dinner scene, yeah.
Like where they're just like having him suck on her finger or whatever. Yeah, that's funny.
This is that level for me.
Yeah, no, she could totally be right at that table with everyone else.
Get this bread.
Eat that bread, girl. Oh, you slob. Oh, you disgusting. There is a clip where she literally starts like drooling. I don't know where it is.
That might be the most disgusting part, is the sounds.
Oh yeah, no, but that's what people want. This is some kind of like eating ASMR thing. You know ASMR, right?
I guess not.
Okay, someone's gonna have to type it into the chat. But ASMR is basically just like noises. It's sounds. So like, and people are making buco bucks, man, just by I wish I had, like, I could take a brush right now, and you know the noise it makes when you rub your hand over the bristles of a brush? Just like really obscure noises that people enjoy. Oh. What kind of noises do you enjoy, Cardiff?
Fun fact. Would you like a fun fact?
I would like a fun fact.
Cardiff.
I love fun facts.
Some of Cardiff's very early Twitch streams were ASMR.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of ASMR?
Oh, it just made stupid noises, and people would actually watch it. I was wearing a Mike Myers mask.
It's insane.
Yeah,
How long have you been in the waiting room, by the way? I just happened to see you.
45 minutes and 25 seconds.
Shit.
Live. Leave a message for your hero, El Horrible.
Hey,
I've been
Mr.
I've been
Horrible.
calling.
Can you put me in the bottom? Move.
Yeah, I will.
wonder
Oh,
if-
have you been calling? I got to figure out. I haven't noticed anything with the calls. But this is have you ever heard of a mukbang before?
No, is that what this is?
So a mukbang, yeah, is when people eat large portions of food online for other people to, I guess, just watch and listen to.
Yes, as I've learned from many weeks of subreddit surfing, people are fucked up.
Very fucked up. Yes, this could very well be a section of. I'm sure there's got to be a whole mukbang subreddit.
Well, it's funny on my on my Patreon this week. I don't know if you voted yet, but I've put up two options for one new Patreon benefit, and I've given all my patrons the choice to vote on which benefit they would like. The first is life advice with Cardiff Electric.
Okay.
And the second is cake farts. So that's yes, I know that's a big category on the internet these days.
I know where I'm voting. I did not see that. Cake.
Surprisingly, cake farts is not winning.
Not winning?
No, not yet.
We'll change that. Everyone make sure you sign up to patreon.com/Cardiff Electric and go to his latest poll and vote for cake farts.
So what is this thing we're watching? I'm waiting for it to do the hand thing.
No, this is a totally different thing. This is something that someone sent me. This is the Mukbang Mermaid. That's her theme song. She's the Mukbang Mermaid. We happen to think she's an African American mermaid, which we didn't even know mermaids had race.
No, they don't.
I kind of
just
feel
have
like
lovely voices.
She sounds kind of like Wanda Sykes to me, and to a lot of the chat too was saying that.
Okay.
And you got to pay attention to the sounds that she makes. It's really something else.
How many subscribers does this thing have?
Yeah, exactly. About, I think it was like close to 13,000.
Unbelievable.
But her video views are not that impressive. I think she's kind of fallen off lately. But
Well, that's the thing with mukbanging. You know, you're yesterday's potatoes sometimes in that world.
Absolutely. It's a young person's game.
Yes,
I know that.
That too.
I wonder if there's any mukbang Bigfoots.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That bread is sticky.
So now you can hear her, she's rounding up all the fries because she hasn't eaten the fries. Now, I don't know if mukbang is a thing where it's like you eat all of one thing first and then you go, because I mean, I couldn't do that. I need some liquids first of all.
You got to follow the rules.
I know. I don't know if I don't see. That's the thing. In the beginning, she says she mukbangs her own way. So I don't know if there are any rules.
Do you think this thing, you know, went to their high school guidance counselor and was trying to figure out their path in life, and there was some type of, you know, test that they did, and mukbanging ended up at the top of the list?
Possibly. I mean, just as likely as it was that you went into your guidance counselor and said, one day I'm going to stream online as a potato. And I went to my guidance counselor and said, hey, I'm going to be a masked wrestler who wears Hawaiian t-shirts.
Listen, let's not twist this, twist my reasonable question into an unreasonable answer. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Into some fries. I tell you, it feels good to finally have some fries. You remember what happened the last time?
I don't. Show us.
Apple pie. Hey! I'm missing French fries! I know he did it! I know he ate them. He ate the fries. He ate the fries! He tried to be sneaky! You know how I know? 3 fries left in the bottom of the bag. So what does that tell you?
No. Obnoxious John, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. This is not in any way a person of color.
You don't think so?
No, this is a retarded white person. Very much so. No. Yeah, no.
I don't.
I think black people have too much respect for themselves to do this.
I tend to agree.
Yes.
I agree with you, Cardiff. So yeah, she does have a husband who does participate. He's mostly, I think, the cameraman and behind the camera, but he has, from what I've seen, I've just kind of skimmed through other videos. He does make appearances.
I would have more respect for the husband if he was being cucked out on a regular basis.
Absolutely.
Participating in this.
I think he's being cucked out by food.
Yes.
Oh, you can hear how hard and cold those fries are. And just looking at that burger, I just know it's horrible. It's disgusting. I just like these drooling.
Fries are a tad cold and old.
Ugh.
Are these children watching this?
No, I don't think so. I think it's adult men, if I had to guess. I don't know.
Could have gotten my burger. Glad I got two. Dang. These McDoubles don't even compare to Arby's or Carl Jr. You remember those burgers? I didn't ask what you had to do. I didn't ask that. Show them my burger. Bubbles, this is the new... Stop it, man. This is that new prehistoric burger from Hardee's. Carl Jr. Can you show the Bubbles? Bubbles, this is that new prehistoric burger from Hardee's.
That's pretty good.
Look at that. Open it up. Don't you know how to
Onion rings in
spread
it?
some buns?
Oh, yeah.
Spread the buns.
Spread the buns. Yeah, that burger looks pretty good. What's the prehistoric burger? What the hell could that have been from? I feel like I've known all the burgers. I'm not really a Hardee's or Carl's Jr. guy. I've only recently been going to Carl's Jr.
Okay, best burger. Go.
Best burger
in the world.
In the world. I honestly, I like a good diner burger, like a Jersey diner. But if I had to pick up like one of the franchise places, I would go with Five Guys over all the franchises.
Interesting.
What about yourself? OJ, how about you?
Steak and Shake.
Ew.
Yeah, that gives me the shits.
See, that's how I feel about Hardee's or Carl's Jr.
Hardee's to me is almost like a higher quality Burger King. But I don't know.
How do you get higher quality than Burger King?
Honestly, maybe it's just because the Burger King by me sucks.
I think all Burger Kings suck now. I haven't been to because I used to really enjoy a Whopper, and I have not had a good Whopper in years.
Just wait. They're rebranding now. New logo. That'll fix everything.
Again?
New old logo. Yes.
Oh man. Oh, the 90s logo?
Or that the 80s logo, I think.
Well, they brought back the 80s logo, I thought. Isn't that what they're doing now?
Yes, but now they're rebranding everything back to that, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
We're
a little late here in Minnesota.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. What about you? What's your favorite burger, Cardiff?
Not really a chain, but I really enjoy Shake Shack.
Oh yeah. Shake Shack is good. We
in Vegas or New York. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it is funny actually, because in Jersey I had one literally like 10 minutes away from me before I left there, and now out here in Montana, Ida, Cala, Mexico, we actually have a Shake Shack about half hour from me. Yes, that's a good answer.
Someone said In-N-Out. In-N-Outs are good. Only
In-N-Out is all right.
Only in the West for some reason.
We have In-N-Out. I have one less than 5 minutes from me, motherfuckers, and I never go to it. Because I think In-N-Out is a bit overrated, and I think In-N-Out had that Studio 54 quality about it, where it's like not everyone can get it. So it's like when people from the East Coast went to the West Coast,
yes, we all line up in LA for In-N-Out burger. That's everybody in line.
Yes,
is from the East.
Is from the East Coast. I'm telling you, there's something to that, because it's more about saying that you're eating In-N-Out burger than the actual In-N-Out burger is what excites people.
I actually agree. I had the same experience. When I moved to California, first time on the West Coast, I had to try In-N-Out. I had heard so much about it.
Of course. It's
like,
magical.
Yeah, and then you have it, and it's just like, oh, that's what it is? Oh,
fucking burger. But I'm with you on Shake Shack, Cardiff.
Yeah, Shake Shack.
I forgot about Shake Shack.
Mm-hmm. I make those at home now with Smash Burger.
Oh, yeah. Do you have the weight?
Yes.
Yes. Everyone should go out and buy a grill weight. Very valuable cooking tool. And I would suggest that you wrap it in tin foil because it's easier to clean that way. Because then you just take the tin foil off and throw it out and you don't have to actually clean the weight.
No.
Okay.
Then you don't get the iron flavoring.
Oh, really? Is that a thing?
Yes.
Ew. All right. I think I have like 3 more clips, but here's proof that she did not, because she's mentioned at least 2 times that she ordered 2 double cheeseburgers, and she most certainly did not.
No, a McDouble is not a double cheeseburger.
You're right. She said McDouble.
Yeah, let me get 2 cheeseburgers and a small fry.
So that's what she ordered. And you're right. Do you know the difference between a double cheeseburger and a McDouble, Cardiff?
A double cheeseburger has layers of cheese on both patties, correct?
Well, yes, that's a more extensive way of saying that the double cheeseburger has 2 slices of cheese while the McDouble only has 1.
But yes, I need to specify that you would put a slice of cheese on each patty, not just 2 slices of cheese in the middle.
No.
As some
You could have
amateurs
just
might.
said the double cheeseburger has 2 pieces of cheese and the McDouble has 1.
But it has to be placed evenly on each patty.
It doesn't.
Slice of American cheese.
It's never placed evenly. There's times where the cheese is literally all the way. Here's the bun, and the cheese is all the way on this side.
It's on the paper.
Oh, God. Why? They're so stupid. So incredibly stupid. We hire the stupidest people to make our food, and then they want to be paid $40 an hour and live on top of mountains with views of the ocean. What are we doing?
We should elevate our food service employees, for sure. So she actually goes to the drive-thru and does that shitty voice, too?
Yes, but she does not wear the makeup. She has, because, oh shit, I should have pulled this. There's like a doll, I guess she uses to make it look like it's the back of her head, but it's obviously a doll. So yeah, she does the voice, and she, I guess, tries to pull it off like, yeah, she's actually.
I mean, I only subject people to my stupid shit who want to be subjected to it.
Exactly. I think this is the one I just played, but I'm gonna
To the bottom of my booger.
Mikey
Glad I
Alien
got
Head
2.
Shitted has a great
Dang.
point.
Hold on. What?
Mikey Alien Head Shitted has a great point.
Yeah.
Said you are incorrect. I don't know what
What is
about, but I agree with him.
What do you say? You are incorrect, El Harible. Mikey shitted. Let me know what I'm incorrect about.
Doesn't matter.
No, it does. I want to know. Okay, I don't think we played this one. So
To the bottom of my booger. Glad I got 2. Dang. These McDoubles don't even compare to Arby's
Oh, no,
or
we-
Carl.
all right, so we played that one. So
Say
that's one.
Arby's?
Arby's, yeah.
Arby's hamburgers.
Arby's hamburgers. They don't have hamburgers. They have hamburgers?
No, they have roast beef sandwiches.
Well, and they also have chicken sandwiches and gyro. Now they have like their whole deli. They have the meats, Cardiff.
They do have the meats, yes.
I don't
There's
know
not
if you've
enough
seen it.
Arby's around. We need more Arby's.
You have Arby's in Minnesota?
Yes.
Do you really not have Cocoa Pebbles in Minnesota? Or was that a lie?
Minnesota, yes. Other places, no.
Okay, that's fascinating to me.
Yes.
I don't know if this is the real Carl or not, but
Probably not.
A rare appearance by Cardiff on the internet.
The real Carl is passed out by now in a bed full of vomit, and Jenny Jingles is crying in a corner.
And that now, Dabbles, is how you eat a McDonald's double cheeseburger meal. Hey, I didn't even get a drink with my meal.
You didn't order a meal.
Oh, that lady had it out for me for some reason, and I didn't even do anything to her.
I think I know the reason, cunt face.
Yeah. I don't understand. But these are the kind of people who go to fast food places. Like I was saying how stupid the workers are. The people who go to fast food places are equally as stupid. She doesn't even know what she ordered. She thinks she ordered a double cheeseburger. She did not. She thinks she ordered a double cheeseburger meal. She did not. These kinds of people drive me crazy.
Listen, let's analyze the transaction that happened here.
Yes.
This fucking thing pulled up to the drive-thru. Only only one of the two people involved in this transaction needs to be wearing some type of costume. And that's generally the employee that needs to wear the hat and a name tag.
That's right.
This fucking thing pulls up.
She pulls up.
I don't know why I'm getting so angry at this, but this is
She looks
hungry.
like a creature from I don't know if you guys are Star Trek fans or not, but like a new species on Star Trek.
Oh yes, they look like they'd be throwing a rock at Spock, rolling a boulder down a hill at him.
Right.
Animal.
I either have 2 clips or 1 clip. I can't remember what the last clip was. Nope. Okay, I have 1 more clip.
But
Does it grosser? Sorry, go ahead, Carter.
At least now we know what Stuttering John's been doing for the last 4 or 5 months.
I would pay so much money if John would start doing mukbangs. Just listening to his lips flapping and eating.
He could eat shrimp.
That
would be poetic.
Well, that would be amazing to watch John eat or to listen to John eat shrimp.
Popcorn shrimp.
Popcorn shrimp.
Butterfly shrimp.
Oh my god. Howard, you had to see him eat. He was eating shrimp.
It's time for you to put the verdict in. Give me a like. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Leave me a comment down below. Share.
What is the
I love you
exact
so.
definition that YouTube would use for somebody conspiring to commit? Never mind. I really want to. This person makes me angry. Now look, the face changed. They're wearing some kind of.
Well, the wig changed.
No, the face, the eyes changed too here, or maybe they were in glasses before.
Maybe
it's more
it's
like Avatar now.
Down, yeah. Gotta be a pain in the ass to put this on. You think it's a? I mean, it's definitely like a mask. It's not like makeup, but there's some deal of makeup going on that you have to do every time. I mean, like I just have to throw this stupid mask on my face.
What?
Yeah. No, this is just a mask.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Thank you. I mean, you have to turn into a potato, and then sometimes you have wigs, sometimes you have tiger stripes, sometimes you're a vampire.
Baby, I was born this way.
So this is basically, I just wanted to play the end of her video because it's just constant, send me money kind of stuff.
Fake Carl still in the chat. We're looking at the fake Ken Otto. Wow. This is meta.
That's a fake Ken Otto?
I think so.
I love you so much. And don't ever forget, nothing is impossible. Go after your dreams. Just join Cameo. Woo! Hey, Bubble, do you want to tell someone happy birthday?
This piece of shit has a cameo?
Happy anniversary.
Yes. And if that isn't enough, she'll give you her Cash App link.
Hey, well, my Bubble, whatever the occasion, for someone you love or even a message to yourself from me. Book me now. Mukbang Mermaid on Cameo. Cash App Cafe. Send me money at my Cash App.
Money.
Mermaid. And tell me what you want to see me eat. A lot of you have been
Cyanide.
requesting I eat certain foods, like Jamaican food, stuff like that.
I know.
Well, inflation is so high, and Abner's pants are so tight, he can't pull out his wallet. That's what he told me. So send me the money on my Cash App. Tell me what you want to see me eat, and I'll eat it, okay? I'll say who sent me the money, and I'll eat it, okay?
Ooh, you'll
I
say
love
my
you,
name?
Bubbles. Cash App Cafe. Mukbang Mermaid.
Yeah, this thing it makes me angry.
Mermaid. Mukbang Mermaid.
I like the theme song. So that's the Mukbang Mermaid.
Shut up, Carl.
What? I wish you would eat a potato.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't you have moderators?
I do.
Kick him out.
What Not Chaser, thank you for the 199 super chat. Chad Zumach almost cried today. Pray for him. Did he really?
Oh no.
I was watching MLC and I didn't see Chad almost cry. I saw Chad and Ray DeVito got into a little bit of a spat. Cardiff, do you watch MLC?
No, not generally.
I do. I literally watch it every day, and I don't know why. I don't know what I'm watching. It's not really. I guess it's a show.
Yeah, I don't know. I tried. I got into it a little bit. I made a policy. I only watch shows that I'm on now, so that keeps me very busy.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. That must keep you very busy.
Except this one. I'm not going to watch this shit.
Right. Thank you. I did notice. I'm just kind of curious, like when the super chats dry out, what MLC is going to become, because it seems like the super chats are a big part of MLC. And I also saw Citizen M before asking about what our take on the steel toe versus NLO situation is. Cardiff, are you familiar with that one? What's going on there?
NLO,
nobody likes onions, which is ridiculous to me.
What is this? There's too much. I look. I couldn't even tell you the steel toe Chad. I think I got as far as steel toe and Chad. I don't know how Levy and steel toe started feuding. I don't know how. Yeah, like once. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I can't keep up. I know Cranberry did an episode trying to explain some of this shit, but.
Oh, did he? I have to watch that. I like Cranberry stuff. I haven't seen that though. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm only getting dribs and drabs of it. I do go to Steel Toe Boring Show, but I go there because I go to all of them. I go to Shuli's Anonymous. I go to Dabblers Anonymous. I go to, I peek in and I tend to see what's going on. So Nobody Likes Onions is Patrick Melton. He was on MLC podcast yesterday, actually. Chad brought him on.
Oh, okay. So that was the guest they had.
Yes, yesterday.
That owned somebody or something. I don't remember. I heard something about this.
I don't know. Well, yeah, I guess. But he's been really going after the whole steel toe thing. I don't know. Everyone has really turned on steel toe for whatever reason. I guess for kind of like begging for money and all that stuff. But yeah, people are like really.
His
really
show hasn't. It's not like his show changed.
Yeah, it's pretty much. It was that way since we all kind of got into it. My only problem with the whole steel toe thing was I just thought it was kind of crappy how they bailed out of DabbleCon right before it.
I was disappointed. I wanted to meet them, but no, I think you got to look at it like, so this guy had a show on the radio who he was getting paid a salary for, right?
Right.
And wanted to continue doing that show on the internet.
Right.
Well, I don't think YouTube's going to give you so you got to pay. I don't think he has a Patreon. I don't think he has
I think
T-shirts.
They have YouTube subscriptions and they have T-shirts. Yeah,
I have that too. Please subscribe to mine.
Yes, go subscribe to Cardiff Patreon.
You won't get anything extra, but Patreon's good, but the YouTube, I'm saying.
Patreon.com/Cardiff Electric.
Cake
I
farts.
guess people are cake farts. I guess people are mad mostly about the style of their show and how a lot of it is just asking for money, which, like you said, if that's what you want to do for a living, you got to figure out how to do that.
Look, I think that guy does like 8 hours of broadcasting a day.
Yeah.
So yeah,
someone must want it.
He doesn't ask for that much in retrospect, considering the amount of time he's on the air. I think Mukbang Mermaid asked for more money in a shorter period of time than he does.
Mermaid.
But I think he got rolled into. I think people thought that maybe this guy just, Aaron, I think, just showed up in the Dabbleverse kind of just before DabbleCon. Carl started going on the show and vice versa. Right. And I think people think that he might have just started asking for money when all the dabblers started paying attention to him, but I think he's been a thing.
Yeah, no, they've definitely been doing.
They existed before Dabbleverse; they'll exist after the Dabbleverse.
Right, and that's it. I mean, it's basically a free market thing. If you don't like the show, don't watch it, and you don't want to support them, don't support them. I definitely sent them super chats early on because it was different to me. It was like someone doing, like you said, a radio show in their basement, which was kind of interesting to me. But people definitely have an issue with them. Citizen M is saying, because I know Citizen M is a big supporter of them. The Steel Toe show has changed. They're no longer actively participating in rivalries. Steel Toe's reaction to Chad Zumach was very poorly received.
That's really what the three big things for me with Steel Toe was them coming into the Dabbleverse, being all in, then backing out of DabbleCon, and then, you know, kind of picking a fight with Chad, and then backing down from Chad. And then I think the final...
Did Steel Toe pick the fight with Chad?
Well, they started kind of going after him.
Because I don't even know what's the origin story. I never really just...
Well, Steel Toe does a show like, you know, a lot of us do, and, you know, pick apart other people on the internet, and I think they went after Chad. And,
shameful.
You know, so I kind of think that's where it started. I could be wrong, but I think that's kind of how it started. And then
the only time you've ever been wrong before, Obnoxious John, is when you told Kevin that the bathroom was that way. That's the only other time you've been wrong.
He's right. You were wrong. Yes. You were totally wrong that day. Yes. Oh man. Well, all the Steel Toe.
Oh wait, let me just wrap up my thought. Like the final nail in the coffin was Aaron, you know, kind of subtly threatening Bob through the...
Does he even know he's playing music?
Yeah.
Sorry, okay. I was trying to lower it behind him. Sorry.
Threatening Bob? Yeah, something happened there with Bob Levy and Gina Levy, I saw. And
then Gina chimed in, and that's pretty bad when, you know, I think Bob's wife chimes in like that, and she did not have anything nice to say about Aaron, so...
Yeah, I could see. Yeah, the Bob thing was weird. Again, I don't completely know what's going on. I'm kind of like Cardiff, but I just get little pieces of shrapnel. But yeah, the Nobody Likes Onion guy was on MLC yesterday, and I thought that was pretty funny, hearing Kevin yell at him, because the MLC or the NLO guy, Nobody Likes Onions, he was making a case that Steel Toe makes up to $20,000 a month, which I think is insane. Because he's saying that their goal every day is 500, which I don't think I've ever heard of their goal being $500 a day. Which reminds me, our goal is $3,500, and we didn't reach it last time, so we had to roll that over. So today's goal is $6,539.
So let's say, for example, he makes $20,000 a month in super chats. Right? He's probably losing about half of that to YouTube and Apple.
Right.
So $10,000 a month. So maybe conservatively, they're making $120,000 a year between the two of them.
Right.
I mean, he's not living high on the hog necessarily, but that's a good...
it's a good salary.
It's a good living, yeah, for sure.
Doing, or it's a good living for doing, you know, something creative on your
Minnesota.
Own schedule.
I mean,
in Minnesota, yes. Of course. But
it's not. You know, there's people that make more on YouTube that I would be more offended by than that.
Oh yeah, of course. No, totally. No, yeah, they're grinding. They're definitely, you know, hustling.
Yes.
It's not like they just wake up every day and go, oh, I know I'm going to make, you know, $350 today. Like, they're definitely grinding. And that's why they play music like this, because it gets everyone pumped up to donate, I guess.
And they take my calls whenever I call in. So, yes.
Yes. They're big fans of you.
Yes.
Everyone's a big fan of Cardiff. Cardiff is great.
Now, speaking of Nobody Likes Onions, and speaking of burgers, what do you think of White Castle?
Oh, I would die to have a White Castle on this side of the Mississippi River. They just stop after Missouri for some reason. Oh, no, they don't. There's one in Las fucking Vegas.
Is there?
But everything between Vegas and Missouri, nothing.
That's actually the first time I had it was in Missouri.
In Missouri? Yeah. I love White Castle. Quick fun. Do you like White Castle fun facts?
I love I have one for you too, but you go ahead first.
Real quick, thank you, Jules David, for $5. Any Stuttering John updates? Yes, there kind of is a Stuttering John update, and we'll talk about that again with Cardiff, because we didn't actually ask Cardiff about it.
No,
but there is
I don't know.
Slight update. Okay, we'll just go into it right now.
This is a Stuttering John special report.
Whoa,
Put that up again.
whoa.
John's property is close to being sold. It went from contingent to pending, which means it's in the final process of being bought.
Wow.
Per Ian Hawk,
Wow.
who's also a potato.
Wow.
Have you heard from Gary from San Diego?
No, I have been getting messages from Judy that Gary cannot get through to me anymore for some reason on my Anchor. I don't know what's going on, but I'm getting messages from Judy. I'm sure Gary called the Lesser Show, and we will hear from him tomorrow on WATP.
Okay, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of WATP, In-N-Out is better than White Castle. I will not agree with that.
I would actually have to agree with that one.
No. So my White Castle fun fact is there's actually two. The movie Harold and Kumar Went to White Castle was written by two guys who lived in the town that was El Horrible's town's high school rival, and we kicked their ass in ice hockey.
Wow.
And about a year after, we didn't even have a White Castle anywhere near us in Jersey when they wrote that movie. But after that movie came out, White Castle popped up everywhere in New Jersey. And when it popped up in our town literally imploded for 2 weeks, where the entire population of our town all conjugated to this one section right by the bowling alley, where a magical white castle, literally a castle that was white, popped up and served delicious burgers 24 hours a day.
Wow. You tell such a wonderful story.
Thank you.
You want to hear my White Castle fun fact?
Yes.
Also revolving around Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. Is it Harold and Kumar go to White Castle?
Yes, it is.
Thank you for the $5, Jules David. I have not seen eye to eye with John on a lot of things, but one thing I agree with him on is that car deflector. Oh, Jules David, no. Get me on Red Bar, and I'll prove to you that I'm not a troll. Anyway.
Thank you, Jules David.
After the Harold and Kumar go to White Castle, a friend of mine and I watched that movie, and maybe we were stoners too, and we thought we didn't have White Castle in our area. We had no idea what this White Castle was. So we decided to, we spent the day, wondering what's so great about this White Castle thing. And this was very early on in the internet. We didn't have internet on our phone. We had flip phones, I believe, at the time. And we said, I wonder where a White Castle is. So we called one of our friends. And now this friend of ours, he was home all the time. And he would be what we would call our stupid friend. But for some reason, we decided to call him for information that day. And we said, could you ask Jeeves for us, where's the closest White Castle to us?
I remember Jeeves.
Yes. So he asked Jeeves where the closest White Castle was to us. And it turned out there was a White Castle in Rochester.
What?
Which was about, from where I was living then, was probably about 4.5 hours away.
Okay.
Yes. So we drove 4.5 hours that day,
right,
to the address that he provided us. And when we got there in Rochester, it was a Wegmans.
Oh, you motherfucker.
So the motherfucker went to the White Castle page and found where you could buy frozen White Castle burgers. Yes.
Quick
so we drove 4.5 hours to shithole Rochester for frozen White Castle. Wow. So yes, many years later in St. Louis, though, I did have it. And it was
so I will just give everyone a tip. If you do have frozen White Castles in your local grocer's freezer,
Wegmans has them.
Wegmans has them. If you want to drive 4 hours to a Wegmans, I think it's incredibly longer for me. But my local supermarket does have frozen White Castles. And do not throw those babies in the microwave. Get yourself a steamer and steam those bad boys for 10 minutes, and they're exactly like going to White Castle.
Like steamed hams.
Steamed hams. And they're called steamed hams, despite the fact that they're obviously grilled. Another fun White Castle, or no, another fun fact. Like you said, you drove 4 hours to go to a White Castle, 4.5 hours. Well, El Horrible drove 8 hours one way to go to a Whataburger when he moved out to the Midwest. Now, El Horrible remembered getting Whataburger when he toured with bands and stuff, and he remembered it being this magical burger place because, again, we didn't have it on the East Coast. So, of course, it was a magical burger place. So when I moved out here, I went, oh, I could either drive 13 hours one way to an In-N-Out in Salt Lake City or only 8 hours to a Whataburger in Albuquerque. I chose Albuquerque. The funny thing is, I didn't even get out of my car to enjoy the burger. I went through the drive-thru and I ate it on the highway on the 8-hour drive back home and realized Whataburger sucks ass.
You should see the map I have behind me. I'm drawing all the circles around all the places you mention, and with the timestamps,
Figure out where I live.
I'll dial you in quickly. Yeah, I had Whataburger once. I had Whataburger in Vegas.
Yeah.
But any Vegas chain, I think, it's
better. Like they soup it up, kind of.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, the funny thing is now that was 2014. In the last year, they opened about 3 Whataburgers in my city. There's literally a Whataburger now less than 10 minutes from my house, and I've only been to it once in the last 3 years. I also drove up to Rhode Island. This is kind of a topical conversation. Do you remember the KFC Double Down?
Yes, that was disgusting.
It was okay. Well, when they first announced it, so the KFC Double Down was the KFC chicken sandwich where there was no bread. Whoa, carb busters, total.
No, but it was breaded chicken.
Well, yes, of course. So it's 2 pieces of breaded chicken acting as bread, I guess. And then in the middle, there was cheese. I believe it was either Swiss cheese or pepper jack, and bacon and some kind of special sauce. Well, at the time, Colonel Cub, yes. Cum eater. At the time, El Horrible was working for an internet broadcasting company, much like StreamYard, actually. It was a company where you could use your webcam to do a show and have the people watching use their webcams to be on your show. It was called Showvio. And this came out in literally 2010, and no one gave a shit about it. We had Nick DiPaolo. We had Sid Rosenberg, who's a total piece of shit. And the radio.
People want us to be more funny, El Horrible.
Oh, be more funny? Well, we're just talking. We're having a conversation.
Well, do it. Anyway. Talk in a funny accent. Go.
Oh, well, anyway, I got them to pay me to drive to Rhode Island where they were testing out the Double Down. And I made this whole elaborate story to the KFC that I was from the Food Channel and I was filming this food thing. And I've really been trying to find the footage so that I can superimpose a mask on me, but I can't find the footage anywhere. But I did document my whole trip up to try the Double Down sandwich when they were testing it in Rhode Island. So that wasn't really that interesting.
Yes. Did you try the meatless chicken from KFC?
No.
Yes.
I haven't tried any of the Impossible food things. Have you?
The Impossible Whopper's not bad.
Really?
It's not bad, but it's covered in Whopper sauce. I mean.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be that crazy of a difference because, like you said, I mean, it's got lettuce, tomato, and onion, all that shit on it anyway. OJ, have you tried any of that fake meat shit?
I tried it once. It wasn't for me. I'm just surprised the lengths you guys have gone to get burgers, fast food burgers.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to have White Castles in Cleveland. So, the farthest we had to drive, we had one on the west side. I guess that was about 30 minutes probably. So I used to think that was a drive, so I don't feel so bad for myself.
Well, you've got Columbus right there. Columbus, did you know?
Sorry.
What the fuck was that?
Well, Columbus is actually really far from me, but
well, listen, Columbus. Fun fact: Columbus is a test ground for many fast food companies.
I hear you. Yeah, you're right.
Like Steak and Shake, my favorite burger place.
They will any company that wants to try something new or open a new brand or whatever, they'll usually go to Columbus to do their
You're right.
research.
Yeah, and I think there's another place too, but you're right. Columbus, Ohio, is a hotbed for fast food testing. Do you want to watch a John thing?
Who's that?
Stuttering John.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Melendez.
Fat Burger. Had that in Vegas too.
I
I've
did
eaten
not.
a lot of burgers in Vegas.
I did not like Fat Burger. I was not a fan. Wait, was this all on the same Vegas trip?
Yes. No, I've been to Vegas a lot. I have a problem.
What do you get? What do you like to play?
Hmm?
What do you play? Like, what do you gamble? What do you
Money.
You play blackjack? You play poker?
No, you know the guys on the street with the cards?
Yeah. Oh, three card Monte?
Yes.
Nice.
I'll get them one day.
Okay, let's watch this. Another quality cap brought to you by T-Baggins. Thanks, T-Baggins. So this is when John and Grillo tried to tape Jack.
The other big hijinks over the weekend was Stuttering John had. I didn't even know about this. Was setting up Jackie.
It's odd to see Howard with the goatee.
I like this, Howard. This is where he was growing a beard kind of deal or goatee. Yeah.
This probably was his most normal phase.
Yeah. I thought he looked good, facial hair, Howard. And I also think that all the mock-ups people do of him bald, he would look pretty good bald. I mean,
don't
I
know
guess
about all of them because I've seen a couple that weren't too flattering of him bald.
Well, it also depends on his head. Like if his head is, perfectly smooth, because all the ones I've seen are pretty perfect looking heads.
Did you hear some
John was?
Yeah. You know about this? Hey, Stuttering John, come on in here.
So that's Jackie Martling, everyone knows. And during this time, they would always refer to Jackie as being incredibly old. And, he's probably like 50s here. How old is Jackie now?
I think he's in his 70s now.
Yeah.
I was going to say 80s.
No.
This is October 94.
Come in
Oh,
here.
I caught Ganji there with the camera. I didn't know.
Jackie had a gig. Where was your
75
gig?
years old.
My father.
He's 75 now?
75.
So 94 was almost 20 years ago. So yeah, he's in his 50s here.
My father's place.
94 was 30 years ago.
Oh shit. Wow, you're right. Fuck. So he's in his 40s here? I'm almost as old as Jackie in this?
I thought you were 16.
I mean, my dad is almost as old as Jackie in this?
Yes.
What was the scam you were running on Jackie?
Scam was I got there early.
Ganji. This fucking Ganji got so fat compared to what he looked like here. I mean, I've gotten so fat since 30 years ago too, but
since DabbleCon.
I was yes. But I didn't put myself on TV back then.
Crowd and told everybody not to laugh the first 10-15 minutes of Jackie's acting, but by the end of the act.
So the whole thing about them owing you money was live from the very beginning?
Well, no, but I just knew that could be my guys in case you caught me there.
Listen to this.
So
all they got to do is say Jackie's way to do this.
Pause it. This just reinforces something I wanted to do a long time ago. If Stuttering Fuckface ever does comedy again, the Dabblers need to buy up all the tickets. We all need to go, and everybody needs to sit there stone-faced for the entire 20 minutes.
I'm there.
Not a giggle. That will be DabbleCon.
Okay. Right. So Jackie walks into the club, sees Stuttering John in the bathroom immediately.
He was the first person I saw. But that did make total sense to me.
Yeah, because I was supposed to be there anyway.
Saying she owes me my money. Get me my money.
Right.
And then I called him, said I might be there, so I was supposed to be there anyway. That was no problem.
All right, so you were there.
So I wasn't surprised.
And Ganji, you're supposed to be working a hidden camera, right?
Yeah.
And why does Jackie find you in 13 seconds?
No, but he was very sneaky. He had his back to me.
This is something I always amazed me about the Howard Stern show is they only had one guest mic. So they would have to pass around either Jackie's mic or the guest mic. Like you would think like, man, this was the #1 radio show in New York. Buy another 1, 2, maybe splurge and get 3 mics.
See how many engineering problems they had with the mics they had?
That's true too. But as we saw, so this is the original studio where the
K-Rock.
E-show was shot. Yes. And this is the first studio that he broadcasted from. And then they would eventually move to the bigger studio. But yeah, I would love to have seen how small this studio actually is, because you know how TV always makes things look bigger. Like when you go to a sporting event, you're always like, wow, this always looks so much bigger on TV. This room looks so incredibly small on TV that I would love to have seen it in real life.
You couldn't tell it.
Ganji, you lose at everything you do? I mean,
Oh, but I was going to say, at this studio, the only one who seems to have a different mic is Howard. It seems like they use the same mics for the guests and for Robin. And then when they move to the new studio, like we've pointed out, every single mic is different. So I'm not surprised they had a lot of technical engineering issues.
Are you totally lazy at everything?
Would you let me explain for 2 seconds?
Yeah, explain.
The club was very open. There's not much room to hide. I tried to hide in a room. They wouldn't let me stay in the room because they said it was busy or something like that.
Right.
So it's a very open club. So
why don't you wait in your car till Jackie goes on?
So basically what's happening, if no one is really following, John and Ganji went to one of Jackie's gigs. Before the show started, John basically made an announcement to the audience. Don't laugh. Like, no matter what, don't laugh. And for whatever reason, Ganji thought it would be very wise to set the camera up with him behind it right in the middle of the room.
Because John showed up really late, and I had to set this whole thing up. That's why.
I was.
You, John, you were there 2 seconds.
I was at 10 to 9. Jackie doesn't get on till what? 9:45.
Right, but we agreed to meet at 8 and set it
John's
up.
very
So
tiny.
At 8:45, I went out into the club to set
We
up.
agreed to meet at 8.
Jackie walks in.
I was there 10 to 9, and it doesn't matter.
And
I'm trying to hide, and as Jackie's walking around the club, because you figure Jackie's going to go to a room and just hang out, but Jackie's walking around the club. So as he's walking around the club, I'm walking.
I was at the sound booth, and I looked, and I saw Ganji across the way. I saw him with his back to me. I mean, I was kind of.
You're going to recognize the guy.
In my mind.
I mean, that's
I know
what
the
did you
other
do?
day.
What did you do? You got the whole audience in
I
on
had
it?
the whole audience ready to just yell for the money back after 10 minutes of not laughing, and have Jackie. I figured, come on, you know.
So Jackie called Ganji and said, "Hey man, don't mess with my gig.
Don't mess with my Don't mess with my livelihood.
Don't mess with my livelihood."
No, I was pissed off because it
But
was going to be a horrible gig.
How come you have no problem messing with my livelihood?
Because that was you.
Exactly. Jackie gets all upset, but in the meantime, he has no problem, taking up hidden cameras for when I go out.
No.
Stealing puppets and hidden
How
cameras.
is that related?
He sees it as a different thing.
He really laid into. Like, I was scared.
What did he say to you?
laid
Oh, he
into it.
really?
What did he get?
Oh, not physically.
No. I was just. I got.
Well,
real.
you know what it was? I knew that once I got on stage, it's not like I could leave the stage and come over and ask him to go away. So if I didn't try and get him to go away right then and there,
You were in trouble.
I was in trouble.
Right.
And to tell you the truth, it's a weird club. It's going to be hard enough on a Friday night with 250 drunken bums. They
Right.
really didn't need to be inspired to be any worse. So I wasn't looking. And I
wanted to do it.
I know, and I wasn't
You
looking.
guys are such retards. You had the whole thing lined up. It's a great scam.
Howard, it was all set up perfectly.
And
There
then
are a
all
million
day-
places to
all
hide
day-
in that club.
There's so many nooks and
Ganji,
crannies.
you are so lame.
I was hiding.
Did you hear what Jackie just said? There's a million places to hide in that club.
I was
So, John,
hiding.
what do you mean?
I kind of like John's shirt.
Why is it a gas station I've never heard of?
No, it's some kind of skull, but something about the eye is kind of hypnotizing to me. So anyone who's not really too familiar with Ganji started as an intern. Howard liked Ganji for some reason, and Ganji went on to become the after show kind of cameraman. He would kind of do an after show interview. He
would chase the people down the hallway.
Chase the people down the hallway after they had just done like an hour with Howard. Ganji would hit them up with a little camcorder because Howard wanted to find something for Ganji to do. He would also have Ganji come to his house to do things like dub tapes and stuff. I think the most famous one is where Howard's wife had a friend and she was severely sick. I believe it was cancer. She was dying. and she loved Seinfeld.
Wasn't it for a teacher?
Or was it a teacher? Or was one of the teachers? It might have been the teacher. Or all I know, it was like a very normal lady, very like kind of religious lady, and she was dying. And the one thing she said she loved was Seinfeld. And now this is like 94, and there's no DVDs of the complete season of Seinfeld. It was probably only 4 seasons back at that point. So Howard's wife said, no problem. Howard has every single episode on VHS. So Howard hired Ganji, and very simple, just basically said, here, take these tapes, copy them for this woman, and I want to send her all the Seinfeld episodes. And Ganji fucked up immediately, and I don't even think any of the Seinfeld episode was on the tapes, and it was just hardcore lesbian pornography, to where the husband returned the tapes to Howard and said, thank you for this, sick joke, but we don't find it very funny, which is probably Ganji's most famous act of stupidity. I don't know, what is Ganji doing now? Doesn't anyone know what Ganji's doing now? I know I saw Ganji in 2014 when I went to my buddy's graduation of the Landmark Forum, which is basically like a self-help cult. And I guess one of the people there was Ganji, because I saw him and I went up to him and I said, Ganji, what the hell are you doing here? And he said, Robin went to this and she said it was very valuable and I feel like I got a lot out of it. So that was right after Howard TV got totally dismantled and was
Apparently he's an executive at Fubo Sports.
Fubo Sports? Fubo Sports for Bios?
No, Fubo, like football. Football.
It was not the Larry Sanders show.
No, that was another incident. That's when he lent the Larry Sanders tape to Ralph, and Howard got really upset about that.
Oh, yes, you're right. There was yes, because Howard either didn't see it yet, or Howard just says that's his property.
Yeah, Howard hadn't seen it yet, and he wanted to see the new episode, and he lent it to Ralph, and Howard went on air and threw a fit. It's great radio.
Yes. Hey now.
What are you saying? There is a million places
Yes,
to hide?
there is.
So what's wrong with him?
Because when I got back, it was so perfectly set up. I got back all psyched to hear what happened. Kenji goes, he found me. It's
How
over.
did he find you? Why didn't you
I was
hide?
hiding in a corner. Where would you else?
Howard, where else could he have hidden?
Hold on. Soundboard.
Hold on,
He was
Howard.
standing by the soundboard.
Rest in peace, Ganji's hair.
Wait a minute. Not
Andy,
only
you stood by the soundboard?
Yes, you were.
John
No,
too.
no, hold on. Let me explain.
John too.
Not only
Freaking, you weren't even there.
this is a club.
I left to make it look
Guys,
like I was
guys.
gone.
Gary, what is your story?
It's unbelievable.
What my story? I was hiding on the opposite end of the club on the in a corner
Hold on.
where he couldn't see me.
Howard,
He saw you. You're at the
Howard, listen to me.
soundboard.
Wait,
No,
walking
excuse me.
around. I'm trying to freaking hide.
Wait, I think didn't we learn Ganji recently had a kid? Who's listening to Stuttering John? But I think Ganji actually had a kid recently. Who's listening to John on something else? Cardiff? I'm looking your way?
Nope.
Cardiff? No.
From a guy who's kept walking around the freak. You kept walking. You know. You know what an aisle is?
Yeah.
There are a million tables. There's a stage. There's back rooms. There's ticket booths. There's the bar. There's 2 bathrooms. There's behind the bar. And I'm standing here, and here's all the tables. And there's an open aisle.
Yeah.
I'm at the soundboard. There's an aisle, and Ganji's at the other end of the aisle with his back to me.
Oh, boy.
With his very back of his head. How are you gonna miss it?
Way to hide, Ganji.
Underneath the table, he could have hid.
And standing there with
And
the
you
camera.
can never recognize that haircut. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
no.
It's
And-
not
and
like if
standing
he had
there-
had a hat on, I would have never known in a million years.
And standing there with a camera.
With a camera. With his back to me. No, he's like this. He's like this.
He is a pathetic. Don't send. You know what I mean? Don't see. I told you he's the wrong guy for that job.
You know,
you can't even work a camera.
and I did go ballistic on him. I admit that. But like I say, and that was my only
defense.
shot.
Right.
Oh, God, you didn't get that, Ganji,
Jackie,
when
how
he was
soon
going
did he break
ballistic?
down and say why he was there?
No. I went off before he really had a chance to say too much. You know, I didn't say go away, and he went, I'll leave. He was like, you know.
John's so proud to throw Ganji under the bus, but John was part of this too. So why didn't he just like go over it really a bunch of times with Ganji until they had it all down. Like I don't understand.
He showed up at 10 to 9.
That's true. He was late. I keep forgetting about that. It's the John factor.
He was pretty forceful, like he wasn't going anywhere. He was like he was a nudge. Like he was going to stay no matter what. But I laid guilt into him.
If you're going to do a hidden camera thing, you got to hide.
And Scott's guy, the other guy, was standing right next to him. So if there was any doubt,
why would you stand right in the aisle?
It's not the aisle. You have to understand what the place looks like.
No, you hide in a room.
You don't want somebody to go there with a camera and show him where you were standing.
Do me a favor. Get a shot of where he was standing.
Do we know what club was Governor's?
Really? I mean, Jackie's the performer. He saw you.
I don't remember. I don't know if they said it. I don't know if they ever do. Was Governor's even around back then?
I
don't even think.
I'm just trying to think what Long Island clubs he was always plugging.
Yeah, I can't think. I don't know. I have no idea. I can't even make up a name.
Even have decent eyesight, and I'm thinking of a million things before I go on. I'm
not even concentrating.
I'm not looking for Ganji, and there was every reason for John to be there. I was never suspicious for a second.
Eyewitness on the phone. Who can tell you exactly what was going on.
Hi, you're on the air.
That's what I love. I always love that shit about Baba Booey. Like I loved Baba Booey just jumping in and saying, boss, we got someone on the phone. They were there. They saw the whole thing. That used to get me like my adrenaline pumping.
Baba Booey with the mustache is my favorite Baba Booey.
But wait, how? First of all, some couple people in chat saying Eastside Comedy Club brokerage.
Oh, okay.
But how could they possibly have gotten a phone call if John is in studio?
Oh, you're right. Who could have possibly answered the phones?
How could they replace him?
Did they have another NYU graduate?
Possibly.
Was this when Mitch Fatel was still there?
Maybe he came in. Maybe
he must have helped out.
Him and John were a tag team.
Right.
Yes. It's like, Mitch, I got to go in and make the show better. You're up.
Hi.
Howard.
Yeah.
I was at the gig. While Jackie, we were sitting right in front of the soundboard. While Jackie was standing there, we were looking right at him. Ganji was standing in the middle of the club with a camera in his hand.
Galaga, they are not DATs. DATs would have been way ahead of this. Those are old carts, almost closer to 8-tracks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. DATs weren't even. Well, they might have been around.
They would have been around, but they wouldn't have been a feasible format
option. Yeah, like all those literally behind, you can see behind John, that whole wall is full of literally, like Cardiff said, 8-tracks, and those each had like a sound effect, or like I think it had like literally one thing on it, right?
Yes.
Because you just like plugged it in and hit a button and it would play.
Yeah, and you didn't have to rewind; it would just come back around to
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just hit it like this.
I'm here to say I'm no wacko.
But now we have this amazing Rodecaster Pro 2 technology.
I do need to ask you about that, by the way.
Yeah?
I was watching your subreddit surfing wrap-up show that you barely mentioned subreddit surfing on.
I know, but I was trying to get people in.
I know what you were doing.
Thank you.
I've done that.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
I hear you.
Yeah, I mean, you're like a retard.
No.
You're a big fat retard.
Oh, and by the way, I love it. It's the greatest fucking thing in the world.
There's 7 dicks in my ass, and there's always room for 8.
I was going
You are
around.
the worst cameraman. You cannot even. Where's that 10-year-old kid? He could have pulled it off.
The reason I was
Why
out
do you go
at
through all
all
the hassle?
was because John didn't show up, and I had to tell everybody
So
what the plan was.
What do you have to hide for? Just hide. Just hide.
But who was going to tell the people? What
He
was going
told the
on?
people.
He showed up.
You know what, Howard?
I already told everybody.
You are picking at straws. I was there 15 minutes before Jackie got there. I made sure everybody in that freaking club. The guy, are you still on the phone?
Yeah.
Didn't I tell you?
Yeah.
I told you, don't laugh, right?
John came over to our table.
You told one table.
I told the whole club, Gans.
I guarantee if somebody else in the
But
club.
even if you did tell everyone, why would you stand at the aisle where Jackie can see you?
I was standing at the other side of the club.
Why would
Jackie
you be
was over
in the
there.
club? Why wouldn't you
I was on the
disappear?
other side behind
This
him.
isn't Madison Square Garden, Howard. This is not
it's
the
a
length.
tiny little club.
It's not the length of the hall here.
And when you see Jackie come in, why wouldn't you disappear?
Of
There was
course.
only one
I would
guy.
hide. I would head for the hills. Jackie's gonna recognize you.
When Jackie
went to the bathroom. That's where I was.
Yeah.
Ganji had now 45 minutes to go hide because me and Jackie stayed in the bathroom for like 10 minutes talking. He could have went anywhere in the club to hide.
But he doesn't even think to hide because he's lazy.
I was
You're
trying
lazy.
to hide.
2 words for you. Lazy.
In fact, when I saw him at the other end, I think he was standing right in front of the door. I think there's actually a room right there.
And I hid in there for 2 seconds and they kicked me out. They said, no, you cannot stay in here.
So then
I
you
said,
stood
listen,
in
I
the
have to
middle of
hide
the
because
room.
Jackie's going to see me. This is the only room I can hide
Thank you,
in.
Ganji, for the good scan.
How
Nice
just say one
scan.
thing? I have done many a practical joke, and this is the first one that got.
Yes, John does many a practical joke. Some highlights include a dollar attached to a string.
Yes.
To get Scott the engineer to try and fall for that. Another one is the black ink on the kaleidoscope, because everyone has a kaleidoscope just lying around that everyone wants to look into. What else? The Gary puppet. That was a pretty good one.
Anytime John had to do something on his own, it was always gonna fail. It always failed.
Well, yeah, this is very reminiscent of the Grillo acting prank, where John tried to set up Grillo on an audition, but there was really
that was brutal. Brutal.
There was no joke because he basically just had a shitty script that wasn't funny, and
John
Grillo literally trying to audition.
He would come up with great ideas. That was a great idea, but the payoff, he never, like the Trump call, there was a great idea, but no payoff.
Yep, Mikey shitted. I was going to say pretending to be a senator and talking policy with Trump.
Yeah.
He might be the most profound prankster of our time.
That literally could be the worst prank phone call ever.
It was so bad.
The Trump one. It was just so bad because it had so much it could have been something amazing. Like he had a real opportunity, and he should have had a plan. Like he obviously had absolutely no plan once he got through, because I guess he didn't think he was going to.
It's almost like he got starstruck and just kissed.
I don't think he ever thought he was going to get through.
Yeah, he didn't think he would make the call would even
So
happen.
he didn't have anything. That's why when he finally got through, it was like, oh shit. Hey, you want to talk about policy? Okay.
Which
Right
I may
in front of the door.
as well plug it now. I'm going to be doing a Stuttering John Fool's Day Marathon on April 1st on the
This is the
Obnoxious
Stuttering
John.
John special report.
And that's gonna be one of the episodes I will be playing is John's legendary prank call to Donald Trump episode will be in that package of calls.
So Saturday, April 1st, the marathon is happening.
The Stuttering John Fool's Day Marathon.
It's cock time.
That is
Can't wait.
exciting news. Everyone will be at OJ's channel on, what'd you say, Saturday, April Fool's Day?
April Fool's Day, yes.
Now remember, if you do a prank after 12 noon, the fool is you.
I think there's actually a room right there.
And I hid in there for 2 seconds and they kicked me out. They said, no, you cannot stay in here.
So then
I
you
said,
stood
listen,
in
I
the
have to
middle of the
hide because
room.
Jackie's going to see me. This is the only room I can
Thank
hide
you,
in.
Ganji, for the good scan.
How
Nice
just say one
scan.
thing? I have done many a practical joke, and this is the first one that got screwed up.
Because he just stood there. All he has to do is walk.
Yes?
Are you tapping on your mic?
No, should I?
Why are you doing that?
In the
I wish I
parking
could
lot, wait
curse.
till Jackie goes
'Cause
on.
it's annoying.
Seriously, what's so difficult? You gotta meet the espionage of the thing. It's a fun night.
Trying to get you to throw your
You are
roadcaster
lazy. You
out.
stand at the bar with that
Hey,
camera.
I wasn't
I don't
standing
know what
in
to
the
do.
bar with the
Sluggish.
camera.
Jackie just said he saw you standing there with a camera.
So I went wild on him, but in other words, he just by me seeing him, he had blown it already.
Right.
But
Yeah,
you know
it's over.
what? When Jackie was going wild, Ganji didn't even get that.
No. You wouldn't think to turn on the camera
Yeah.
and get it, right? Of course not. Because why? Let's hear the excuse now.
Jackie,
Oh, I'm glad he doesn't have it because I went wild.
I would have loved to have heard
that
me. That would have been great.
That would have been great. And I said,
even turn on the audio. Anything.
Well, you got to turn on the whole camera. But
so turn on the whole camera.
The camera was down. I would have had to,
so what?
reach for it. And obviously he'd see me reaching for it.
No, it was in your hand.
You are ridiculous.
But you would have had to. I had to reach to get.
It was in his hand, but he can't figure out how to turn it on.
He couldn't hit the button so you could hear Jackie
But you would have
going
seen me
off.
reaching for it, and you. I mean, at that point,
All right,
you were
thank you,
going off on
Gagey.
me so bad.
Gagey, thank you again. Good job.
You know,
good job.
You have no excuse.
Nice job.
I do too. This was John's fault. Tell him the plan was 8 o'clock, but it
John's
was
fault.
10 to 9.
It's John's fault. It's Jackie's fault.
No,
He saw
no,
you.
no, no.
You know, what
10 to 9.
Howard was always very quick to defend John. I'm starting to realize, like, as I'm listening to older clips. Right now, I'm listening to 1994. I started in January, and I'm almost at where OJ Simpson, not OJ Sampson, starts dabbling in murder. I'm right at March of 94. And yeah, as much as Howard bashes John, there's definitely a side of Howard that like protects John at certain times.
No, I think it's when he sees a weaker.
Oh, so you're
weaker
saying
member. If there's someone that he can go after more than John,
right? Like a Gandy or Grillo.
Yes,
was kind of lower on. Okay.
No, but I think Ganji, he just knew he could really squeeze for.
Oh yeah,
for material.
Yeah, Ganji and Grillo, both of them. They could squeeze them both for material.
Fine, John. 8 o'clock.
Ganji, you didn't need me to do the scam. You did not need me to do the scam. You knew what to do. You did not need me there anyway. But I still got there. Ganji, I still got there. Listen, I still got this.
He didn't need John, but wasn't it John's idea?
Is there? Could there be any less intimidating of a stance than Ganji has right now?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
It's like just shoulders hanging, arms just dangling.
John is pushing him back, though. John, there's a little bit there. The Grillo audition, Flashy Vic, the Grillo audition is my personal favorite. Stuttering John bounces into the studio, high-fiving Baba Booey and all smiles. Half an hour, and Howard tongue-lashing later. He's on the verge of tears. Yeah.
And I wanted to point out again, John's plan. John didn't show up for that. He wasn't there, and that was his big excuse of why it didn't turn out right.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he didn't even show up to that one at all. He just left it to that woman to kind of just... And like I said, all it was Grillo literally just trying to audition and reading a shitty script, which, by the way, the script was written by John Melendez and his bride, I believe, Susanna Melendez.
15 minutes early than Jackie was there. I set the whole thing up.
John, you got
it's
there
irrelevant.
No,
I got a quarter to 9.
You walk in,
Bro.
you go to the first table. Ganji, what's
Every
wrong?
table.
I said, hey, I told everybody
Every
already.
table.
Did they just find a third
One
mic?
table that's
Howard, it's
right
irrelevant.
there, and you go, all right, guys, you understand what's going on?
Let's say he never showed up. Let's say he never showed up.
Right.
How come you still couldn't pull it off? That's what he's saying.
I was in there. That's what I was doing when he
But
showed
you got
up.
caught by Jackie.
No,
You got caught.
Like, Howard. The key point is Ganji didn't get caught setting it up. The thing was set up. He got caught a half an hour later, standing around.
It was already set up.
It's irrelevant. It was all set up.
It was all set up. So even though he was late, it was all set up.
The game was afoot. Ganji
All you had to do was hide.
It comes down to one word.
Yeah.
He's lazy.
He is. He is so lazy.
Why would I be lazy to hide?
Because
That's
you
so
are.
stupid.
You want people
That's
to see
so
you or
stupid.
something. I don't know what
I
it
have
is.
no-
You're lazy.
no,
Yeah, I think that's probably what it was. He wanted to hang out and have the audience go, hey, I think, is that?
That's Ganji.
Yeah, I think that's, hey, see that guy? Yeah, I think that's Ganji.
I don't know if you guys caught that, but the glee, the smile on Baba Booey's face when right before he left, he was just so happy it's not him getting picked on.
Of course, they used to say that all the time. They used to call it in the barrel or whatever. As long as you're not in the barrel, it's fucking amazing. That's how I feel about all this steel toe stuff. It's like I feel bad, but at the same time, like just being on the sidelines watching, it's all kind of entertaining. But when it's you, you're like, fuck.
You had to be there working. That's what it was. So you decided to blow it.
That's right.
Full view of the whole club with the lights were still on in the club, and he had a camera in his hand.
By the way, Ganji sporting the very popular haircut of the 90s known as the skater cut. Did you ever have the skater cut, OJ or Cardiff?
Is that what that's supposed to be?
Remember?
I had I had hair about that length.
Right, and it wasn't a skater cut where it was kind of that length, and then they would kind of shave underneath.
Oh, that. Yes,
Kinda.
yes.
But it always
like a
came
really
down.
wide mohawk, but let it.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, like it came down like past your ears, but like if you pulled it all up, it would all kind of be shaved under there, right?
And yeah, you could pull it back on top. Have a.
El Horrible couldn't because he had horrible curly hair. He would have dreamed to have had straight hair so he could get a skater cut.
Maybe one day.
One day.
Some relaxing.
It's under a spotlight.
I'm telling you.
I was setting everything up.
Where
was sign? Jackie noticed.
You know what? Now I'm gonna really screw you. Get a load of this.
Go ahead.
Get a
Well,
load.
now.
Right. Jackie's not even there yet. What
Right.
is Ganji doing in the middle of the club?
Masturbating.
White balancing. Has the light on to a big white piece of paper. White balancing.
So for anyone who doesn't understand, white balancing, as Stuttering John said, is when you you focus on a piece of white paper and you press a button on the camera to set the white balance, because sometimes the camera doesn't understand what the color of absolute white is, and it will change the whole color. Now we live in a world where we have so much incredible editing software. If you forget to white balance, it isn't a big deal. But in 1994, white balancing definitely was a big deal. Yes, this is 1994.
There was no light on it.
Can you explain tracking next, please?
Now, tracking was back in the VHS days. There used to be like little static, like on the top.
Serious.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
When you're not white balancing, be honest.
Yes, I had to set up the camera so I could see
In the middle of the club.
And the guy can walk in. And the guy can walk in any minute.
He's white balancing in the
Well,
middle of the club.
now, El Horrible, if that is your real name.
It's not.
Oh. Would, for him to get a good recording of whatever they're trying to record, could he have white balanced anywhere else other than where he was actually going to shoot?
No,
in your professional opinion?
Now, I mean, obviously you want to white balance exactly where you're shooting. He could have been in the room in a different part of the room and gotten pretty much the same result. Yes, he did not have to be right in the middle of the room. But
to take another step, if you're trying to do something that sneaky, why even bother doing it? If there's a chance you're going to get caught.
Yeah, I don't know. He should have. I mean, obviously, an unmanned camera would have been noticed right away by Jackie. But there's ways. I mean, he could have.
Or perhaps John could have been on the lookout. And...
Sure. Or played distraction because Jackie had already seen John. And Jackie said it wasn't weird that John was there because he had to be there for some other reason. So, yes, John could have definitely played a role in helping Ganji pull this off. But he did not. Deitois.
Thank you. 199. White balance is fascinating. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to the stream.
And if you're real, why are you here? Thank you.
Me?
That's so
No, the girl.
funny. You have to do it where it'll freaking pick up something, not later when Jackie's on the stage already.
Yeah.
Is it not an opening act for Jackie? Is it not an opening act for Jackie? Why not white balance when Jackie's in the back and there's an opening act?
Yeah, as Jackie's standing in the back with
in the back.
opening act.
There's a back room, you idiot. There's a whole
You
dressing
can white
room.
balance anywhere, Ganji. You don't have to white balance right there. You can white balance anywhere.
You know what, Ganji? You got white balance. We got nothing else.
You know what?
Generally, he should white balance in the room where the lighting is the same as what he's recording. So Howard's saying he could white balance anywhere. Well, technically that's true. It's not going to pull the same result as white balancing in the room where he's shooting. So
This Ganji wants to be seen by girls. I think that he carries a camera. You are
So not true.
pathetic. If
So
I'm
not
on a
true.
subterfuge, if I'm on a mission, I pretend I'm in the jungle. I'm hiding from the guy.
Hey, how
Weird.
come the whole Gary thing worked and John wasn't involved in that at all?
I was
that
too.
was perfect.
Did
weren't
you
involved
shoot
at all.
that?
You didn't even know. You more until that night.
Because I was
Go up.
involved in the Gary scam. I set it
Wait
up.
a second.
Well,
wait a
right.
second.
I left
Look,
this. I didn't know about this one. If I knew, it would have
there
worked.
you go.
Angie,
Where
were
you
you?
been?
I was at the Gary Pepper thing. I went to the place and stole it.
No,
No,
he's talking about the learning annex
The
thing.
Gary thing the other night.
Did he do
That's
the
not
camera
true.
work?
No, Ganji, no.
No, Ganji.
what?
John did not steal it. He had his friend take the puppet. It was not John. John did set it up, but He just made the statement that he went there and stole the puppet, and that's just not true.
I don't remember. I almost feel like John was the one.
No, it was his friend.
I know he had his friend's car. You might be right. I don't remember. I haven't watched that in a while, but for some reason, something about John.
It was his friend because his friend had even called in to the show to talk about how easy it was to take it, and they explained the whole layout of the place.
Right. No, I know. I think his friend was there. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and watch, but you're probably right.
I'm 90% sure.
Yeah. But yeah, no, John, as we know, he has revisionist.
He does not like to lie.
History. He can't lie.
No, he can't. No.
He literally has a disease that makes it so you can't lie. It's not alcoholism. He has that disease too, but he has OCD.
Mm-hmm. It makes his asshole smell too.
Yes, and it looks like chocolate covered strawberries. All these factors put together makes it so the man cannot lie.
No, of course not. That's why it worked.
Yeah,
if Ganji had done the camera, he would have been standing up in the middle of the room.
I
with
guarantee
Gary.
you one thing, Howard. If I had any of the guys from E, Doug, Eric, this thing would have not been screwed up.
Right.
I know it as a fact.
So then why'd you ask Ganji to do it?
I asked Doug, but they sent Ganji.
No, Ganji is not to be sent anymore.
Good. Ganji won't be sent to any of these.
No, only just Ganji just does the taping here.
John,
Now, the Doug they were referring to is Doug E. Goodstein, who's probably most famously known for looting immediately after 9/11. He went downtown and he started looting. But he was doing it for a good cause. But that was one of the things that people used to say about Goodstein.
Can watch him.
At least he didn't go bowling.
He didn't go bowling. He did not. Neither did Scott. He tried to go bowling. But I'm kind of with Scott there. If no one calls you to tell you that bowling is canceled, would you think...
Hold on.
I disagree. On that day.
Hello? Yes. No,
What?
nothing.
Your phone calls you to tell it to charge it?
No, nothing important.
What was that? Didn't his phone literally just say, hey, charge something? Anyway.
Just be Dabbler.
Me.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, Sam V is watching.
The whole going bowling that day, that's a little insane to me.
Really?
Okay, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess so. I don't know. I can't imagine, like, why?
Especially being there. I mean, he was right there. I don't know.
No, I know. Well, I know, but his bowling league was in Jersey, and that's over, the river. And I mean, yeah, everyone was affected, but I don't know. I guess, like I said, if no one called you, I guess I would have called someone and say, hey, I know the planes didn't hit the bowling alley, but are we still bowling today? I guess I would have said that.
Look, we all know that Scott the engineer had a very competitive streak in him.
Right.
Nothing said Scott the engineer like fierce competitor.
Right.
So there was a title on the line, and he was not going to let Al Qaeda take that from him.
Right. And this
take
was probably,
enough that day.
This was probably back when you could still smoke in the bowling alleys too.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you could.
And do meth.
And do meth and eat pizza in between rolls.
Yes.
I don't want to.
Whatever. See, that's a losing.
Well, we don't want you there.
No, because I don't want to. Anything that's around you.
Because you screwed up. You screwed up.
No,
Admit you
John,
screwed up.
You screwed up.
I'm
John.
hearing the whole story.
Show up
You
at
screwed
8
up.
o'clock and this would have worked fine. No, show up at
You would have still
9.
been your fat ass would have still been caught standing around with the camera in your hand.
Show up at 9.
John is very large at this moment in time, which is funny because this is the year that his album came out. So you would have thought he would have wanted to look, slender and svelte.
No matter when I was there, because you screwed up, because you
Why did you just show up after?
You suck.
Why did you just show up after?
Kenji, I had plenty. Ask the guy on the phone. I had plenty of time to talk to everybody.
Sir, did John speak to everyone there?
As far as I could tell.
And did John get away with speaking to everyone?
Such a liar.
Excuse me. Did John get away with speaking to everyone in the club before Jackie showed up?
I think so, Howard.
Okay.
I swear on my mother's life, I talked to every table in that club before Jackie showed up. I swear on my mother's life.
Why were you?
My mother's life.
John was going around.
But you weren't talking to people in the club. Why weren't you hiding?
Sure, I did too.
Well,
With
why
all
were
the
you
intern who was there
at the time
All
that
right, very
Jackie
good.
came in?
All right.
How did the opener feel about
Why
John
were you
just
there?
walking around table to table talking to everyone while they were working?
I'm sure John was like, don't worry about it. Howard said that we can do it. Yeah, you're right. Because he wasn't like, he was probably doing it right in the middle of the opener set.
Yeah, there's not a lot of quiet time at comedy clubs.
No, I mean, unless he got to the audience right before the show started.
No,
But as we know,
we know he showed up late.
Exactly. It's good detective work, Cardiff.
And then Jackie came in.
Why were you standing in the club when Jackie was there?
It was all set up.
He doesn't have an answer.
No, John, who I will have a bone to pick with, by the way.
Right.
Also spent 10 minutes.
Apparently, we suck, and Uncle Rico show rules.
We do?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Evan Cutmore.
He's right. Boo, you guys suck. Uncle Rico show rules. Ah, shit.
Or 15 minutes before
But speaking of the Uncle Rico show,
yes,
May 13th at Pennsylvania.
Pottstown, Pennsylvania.
Pottstown, Pennsylvania. Joey's
Ugh.
something. I'll be there with the Uncle Rico show live. Get your tickets now.
And someone else will be there.
Chad Zumach?
No.
Shuli?
No.
Bob Levy?
No.
Gina Levy?
No.
Mike Morse?
No.
There's no one else. Oh, Iso.
Well, yeah, he'll be there. Well,
Okay.
yeah, Bob will be there and Gina Levy. Why did I
So
say
you'd be
no?
lying. Stacho
Yeah.
Debo, yes. And Joe.
I'm lying.
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe even Andy.
OJ, do you know someone else who might be going to that show?
I will be going to that show.
Whoa!
Wow. It'll be nice to finally meet you for the first time.
Exactly. Everyone can go out, go bring your knife, have OJ Sampson sign your knife, and go out there and see a comedy show and Cardiff and OJ. As someone who's been to both Rochester and Pottstown, PA, Pottstown, PA is a significant downgrade from Rochester, if you could believe that.
So are you coming to the
I
Uncle
am
Rico
not.
show? Oh.
I am not. I mean, I said I'll try, but I don't think I can swing that one.
Screaming and
invited.
bitching and yelling and out in front of the club. Like, that was 15 minutes that I would have been walking around looking.
Like, but making sure
and I
you
said,
can
I gotta
hide.
go back
Guess
in
what?
because the opening act is probably almost done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And Howard,
he
guess
kept
what?
you busy.
Guess what? Whose idea was it to go talk outside? Jackie?
Maybe yours.
It was mine. You know why? I figured I'd bring him outside. Gage's got plenty of time to now, hide and
Whose
get
idea
everything
was it?
set.
He can't hide. He sits there.
I pulled him aside. I pulled
like
him
a
outside.
turtle.
Yeah, I
Like
pulled
a
him a
turtle.
chair. I had a beer. I hung out.
How could you stand in a club? Once the lights go down, then he can't see you.
You also had a director's chair.
He was
with
also
Ganji.
standing in like the most brightly lit area. Of the club.
Was he really? I mean, you were standing there
you're
going,
such a
sir, were you
liar."
standing
Straight
there?
across from the stage, right
Really?
in the aisle that went straight across. He was right there with the camera. My friend even said, "Is that the kind of camera they use for the E show? It just looked like a little regular camcorder."
Did you bring the little camcorder?
Yeah.
Don't just bring a regular camera.
No, but that is not up to me.
I know, isn't it embarrassing? That's what we use on the E show. That's some budget I got over there.
And then if Ganji brought a broadcast camera, Howard would have said, "What are you, a fucking idiot? Why would you bring a broadcast camera?"
Well, just
Why
like
would
if he didn't white balance,
Right.
he would have been. Why is it so shitty?
Right. Why is everything so warm? Why is everything so cold? Yeah. Like that's the other thing with this. You weren't going to win either way, and it didn't matter.
Howard, the point is that camera.
balancing that.
And he's white balancing that. He couldn't white balance it anywhere else. He had a white balance in the middle of the club.
Yeah, that's gonna be great.
Because he's hoping some girl will see him with the camera.
But Howard, the point is that camera's even smaller. It's a small camera.
How could Jackie see it? I know. He couldn't hide
And he
somewhere.
still couldn't hit the button.
Hide in your car. Hide in
corner.
your car and say, "Someone tell me when Jackie's going on."
And you know how just
Use your brain.
Just to defend myself for a second.
The opening act.
You have
was only-
defense.
As someone who didn't want people to see me at DabbleCon until I got there, it was very easy to not be noticed until you wanted to be. So I agree with him there.
Ended yourself.
I had the whole
blew
bill.
it.
I had a gig that night, but I still went there first.
Don't you understand? Any monkey could have stood there with a camera. He has to stand in the middle of the club. Sir, he was clearly visible to everyone.
Why do you believe the guy on the phone and not me?
I believe Jackie's telling me he saw you.
I was trying to hide on the opposite side of the room where
It's a
friggin'
tiny
Jackie
room.
was.
Why were you standing up? Why not sit down?
John,
Howard, John, if John's standing over there,
Yeah.
and I'm standing here, it's an aisle.
That's it.
He's there with his back to me. There's chairs, there's tables there, there's bars,
But
there's
it's an aisle.
ticket booths. He
could have sat down on the floor.
Standing at the end of a bowling alley. You might as well have been a pin waving.
Whoa.
Literally.
Cardiff, you look weird.
I'm not, you know what?
What?
I'm not listening.
What are you doing? You look weird.
Watching Howard Stern from 1994.
Yes, but what's wrong with you? What happened to you? I don't like this, Cardiff. OJ, are you what? Whoa.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. He looks like Chappelle at the powder.
Dead.
I'm not sure.
What are you doing to yourself?
Preparing for my mukbang video. Are we almost done?
Yeah, we can just end it there. I think it just keeps going back and forth. There's a good third left of the video, but I'm getting kind of bored of it. So yeah, we're done.
Oh, okay, I'm mukbanging right after this.
You gonna mukbang? What are you gonna mukbang?
Whatever Uber Eats brings me.
Ooh.
I'm playing mukbang roulette.
Ooh, that could be a fun game.
Thank you.
Cardiff, before you mukbang, please tell everyone your plugs.
Patreon.com/Cardiff Electric and subreddit surfing and
I hope the filter messes up and shows your face.
I hope you die horribly.
What are you doing? I want to know what you're doing right now. Why does it look so weird?
I don't know.
I wish I could. Oh, can I make you solo? Yeah, solo layout. Ugh. What am I looking at? Oh, did you? I know what you did. You drew on your hand?
Draw on your hand.
What? I'm really trying to figure this out. What am I looking at? Oh, wait. Is that a doll?
What?
All right. Patreon.com/Cardiff Electric. Cardiff, as always, thank you for coming on my stupid show that you hate and you constantly tell people that you don't like. And
yes.
I appreciate it very much that you take time to help me out and come on. OJ, as always, thank you.
Hey, have a great night, everybody out there.
Where everyone can find you on Twitter at Obnoxious John, YouTube at Obnoxious John.
Yeah, it's all Obnoxious John.
Yeah, and everyone sign up to OJ's YouTube so we can get his subscriber numbers up.
Yeah,
Cardiff
April
is still-
1st. April 1st.
Oh yes, April 1st for the Stuttering John. What'd you call it?
The Stuttering John Fool's Day Marathon.
The Fool's Day Marathon. So everyone, stay tuned for that on April 1st. I am at BeDabbler on Twitter, and hopefully you're already on my YouTube at BeDabbler. And yeah, thank you everybody. I think I'm gonna do a late night show. It'll probably start around this time on Saturday. Saturday night. I keep getting the time zone screwed up. And Cardiff is really freaking me out. But BeDorable is going to do her own late night call-in show. So I need people to call in, ask BeDorable questions. They can be sexually related. Anything you would ask a 16-year-old. Anything you would ask a 20-something-year-old hot chick. And he disappeared. Oh, there he is again. I am really freaked out. Wait, you painted your face. No, you're not blinking. No, you didn't paint your face because then it's normal.
What?
Oh, I'm so confused. Anyway, Saturday night, which is technically on the East Coast, it's going to be Sunday morning because I think it's going to be 12 a.m. Eastern. Saturday night at 10 p.m. Mountain Time. BeDorable is going to do her own late night call-in show, 973-440-9770. And we'll do that this weekend. And I'm going to try and do a set schedule it doesn't seem like anyone does anything on Tuesday nights. So I think we're going to keep doing Tuesday nights. And then I think we'll try and do like one late night weekend night. But yeah, other than that, everybody, thank you so much. And as always,
Hello, everyone. This is your favorite world-famous host, Stuttering John. Thanks for watching BeDabblin Live with El Horrible. Leave him a voicemail anytime, and we'll play it on the show. 973-440-9770. Follow at El Horrible on Twitter at BeDabbler. Follow OJ on Twitter at Obnoxious John. Till next time, BeDabblin. Yeah!